but heavier than that, ending the wars, ending the genocide. And so we have the ability to come together on the issues that affect us all and leave politics aside. And if something were to come and interrupt our current technological apparatus as it currently exists for our own survival, we would have no choice but to build strong, loving communities organically all over the planet, and it's going to be decentralized. There will be no leader that will lead us out of the bombed and torched villages of the earth. This planet, this earth is a place where angels and demons are at war with each other right now. And the war has been going on for a very long time. But in this awakening, we're starting to see more evidence of it. Some of us are starting to become more empathetic, more loving. We're starting to become in touch with our feminine side and our masculine side, both men and women. And they're starting to understand that we are more connected than ever before. And this is a very powerful frequency that we have to hold in our heart, because to me, 2012 is the beginning of a new world. Hopefully, but of course, thy will, not mine, be done, because we are here to learn, hopefully without a new world order. But because this is our creation, we as humans were gifted with the ability to create and the ability to destroy. And we have the opportunity here to live in a panopticon dystopian hell on earth, where we can work towards creating the utopia that we all need and we all deserve. It is our birthright. You have information that may be different than the information that I've come across. I have information that some of you have not come across, and I've had my own God shots, if you will. I've had my own... It would be too personal to get into some of the dreams that I've had, but they've been reoccurring for a long number of years, starting when I was 8 years old. Started having visions of the solar flare disrupting the grid and ATMs not working, and chaos unfolding after that, starting when I was 9 years old, 8, 9 years old. Now that NASA's talking about solar flares, something I've been talking about for 4 years now, along with the potential that the New World Order is going to stage a ground invasion of the United States to imprison Americans, I'm starting to understand that this is a blessing in disguise, that we're able to foresee the potential realities of the future so that we can warn our fellow mankind. But back to the conversation about demons and goblins, angels and fairies. There's something about us as humans that holds this consciousness and awareness of these parallel dimensions that exist alongside us. And we are not alone on this earth. And there are other forces of good and evil that have their interests here on Earth, because this Earth is not just for humans. It is in your religious texts. It is in many of the views within the different spectrums of the metaphysical New Age community. There are different interpretations, but in the end you see the same theme taking place. But we have an opportunity to open our minds up to the potential that we really don't know it all. That at times, including myself, we have to get over ourselves in order to hear the teachings that are being offered to us. And we have to become humble and realize that we have to be grateful for every breath that we take. There is nothing boring about this reality that we're living in. There is nothing ordinary about this reality that we're living in. Instead of looking towards a futuristic hell that we might be going to, or a futuristic heaven that we would like to go to, it is my opinion that we are living in this earthbound realm amongst other earthbound spirits, with simultaneous heavens and hells being created and destroyed all the time based on the actions of humankind. We are not just human. There is no such thing. We are not a random occurrence of nature and animals coming together, having sex and breeding. There is something more to why we know what we know. You see the evidence all around you. People drawing fantastic works of art, things I can't even conceive of being able to do myself, but yet I understand that that spirit inside that human body has that talent. When these things come to fruition, you will have no choice but to activate your free will and use your own God-given talent. We are all where we are supposed to be. There are no accidents. I felt the need to put this on YouTube today because this information is coming to me very strongly, and I've noticed that every single time I post a video questioning who's really running the New World Order, and we're not just talking about the United States, for those of you that have watched my videos over the last couple of years. And there is a responsibility that the people of the world have to hold their governments accountable and to love and protect their women and their men. And I've seen that every time I post a video or I try to go deep into this, that's usually when the personal attacks come in. And I find that to be awkward, but also very interesting, but most of all, very telling. I'm hitting a nerve. When I talk about these things and people use racial slurs, they attack, there's something that I'm doing that's hitting a nerve. I was posting about Top Off 4 yesterday on the Occupy Portland's page. There's a lot of anger and resentment to people with different ideas outside of the box of socialism and communism will save us. I started posting some things about these martial law drills that I've been covering and reporting on when I lived in Portland. You can look up Top Off 4 and the Black Helicopter drills. All of a sudden, after posting that video, series of videos, I got kicked off the internet. And then I find out that this is happening all over in the last 24 hours. People are losing their internet access. Right as the debate is waging in Congress about SOPA and internet control regulations, we already know about Obama's kill switch, even though Obama's not really running anything. He's just a front man, but of course you're intelligent to know that by now. What is it about what we know that the controlling structure, whoever they are, be they human or not, I suggest it's larger than what us little peon humans think actually exists. You can only see a very small fraction of the visible light spectrum. What is it about what we know and what we're waking up to that bothers this dark force that it would want to break down the internet and start flipping switches off? Because what I'm experiencing in my life, and Facebook is a great way where many of us are seeing this in real time. It's like waking up and seeing 11:11 on the clock, that synchronicity, like the universe winking at you saying, there's something to the codes of this matrix that we're starting to see. And I'm starting to feel the fact that we're connecting more and more. I'll think about someone, or I'll be talking about someone with someone else, and they will contact me and say hello on Facebook, or I'll get a phone call. It's happening more and more and more. There is no doubt in my mind we're becoming more psychic. And it just happens to be taking place at a time where the superpowers of the world are about to stage a conflict that could potentially kill millions to billions of humans on the earth. While at the same time, our own institutions are arguing that there are too many of us on the planet. It's not how we live, it's not GMO food, it's not the government's contaminating the environment. Oh no, it's the evil humans. This is a fallacy. There is something about humans that is very special. And there's something about humans that this dark force has some sort of agenda to oppress. And so in closing, I ask you to listen to your dreams. I suggest that you open up your mind to the fact that you may not know it all, as I do not know it all, and that in this awakening we must be willing to listen to others if we are to continue to put the puzzle pieces together to understand the larger puzzle itself that exists. You have power. You're here on Earth for a reason. You're waking up to things, and you're also being bombarded with negativity and propaganda. But we need to maintain a vibrational frequency of love, compassion, and most of all, honesty. Not only being honest with others, but honest with ourselves as to who we really are. You know, I don't always necessarily know why I'm doing what I'm doing or why I'm in Texas, but without a doubt, I can feel a larger guiding hand in my life. And I know that each one of you as well has a guiding hand in your life, whether you're aware of that or not. And so be brave as we go into this future. Do not live in fear. We must be willing to believe that, like Neo in the Matrix, there is another power out there that can stop the bullets. And I'm here to tell you now today, you have that power.